can be saved as a nibbana? No, because nibbana is not a piece of thing like that. Okay, particular manasikara bhava. We come back to the page number 13. Particular, make in your mind that manasikara means making, drawing. Suppose you draw the thing in your mind. Can you draw the thing in your mind? For example, from your hair up down into your toe, doesn't matter, belong to Patavi, Apo, Tejo and Vayu. Nothing can be permanent. When you draw in your mind, drawing in your mind, making in your mind, to make clear that all these things are particular. All of these things are, nothing can be permanent forever. Because all these things are just a thing composed together. They are composed together. For example, like wheat or rice or mung bean, kidney, bean, sesame seed, husks rice, all these just put together, and what happened? All these things are just stay for some days only. And the last thing on the page number 13, up to the flip in the joy urine. What are flips in the joys of urine? Mean even the water coming out from our body, nothing can be permanent. Even the blood, even the sweat, fat, tears, skin oil, saliva. In this way, he remained focused internally on the body, in and of itself, or focused externally, unsustained by anything in the world. This is how a monk remains focused on the body and body in and of itself. That's what I have been told. I have been discussing on the very beginning day that the Lord Buddha said that if anyone still thinking that our body or the world or all things are enjoyable, all things are exciting, and all things are pretty, all things are pleasure, all things are support the sensual pleasure, that one is not suitable to practice Satipatthana Sutta. To practice Satipatthana Sutta, only the one who can realize the thing, means manasikara, make in your mind that nothing, the whole body, not just only our body, other beings too, nothing permanent. That to make us mindful and aware about things are going as they are. Mean they are going to be as they are. Nothing, no one can control. Only the one who make manasikara bhava in his mind, in their mind, can practice in Satipatthana Sutta. Any questions about particular manasikara bhava? Michi? No? Clear, right? The Venerable?
Yeah.
Any questions about particular manasikara bhava? Understand? I understand. I hope that next semester for the meditation, December, I hope that you will not just only following, rising up and falling down, but you will have a lot of things to mindful, right? Especially for the Anapana Bappa, Iriyapata Bappa, Sampachanya Bappa, Particular Manasikara Bappa, and the next one we're going to jump to the Dhatu Manasikara Bappa. I have heard from someone that it's very difficult to practice. But according to what we are studying, the Satipatthana Sutta right now, the difficulty is only we don't know. But now we are studying about the Satipatthana Sutta. It seems to be nothing difficult. The difficult means we don't know. When we don't know, then we cannot make the right view. When we have no right view, we cannot make the right thought. When we have no right thought, the speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration are also going to be difficult. But if we have opportunity to study like this, suppose Buddhist school or all the Buddhist monastery have given the Buddhist choice, opportunity to study about this. Then they know exactly how to make the right view. Then they're going to have the right thought. When they have the right thought, they're going to have the right speech, right action, right livelihood, up to the right concentration. But poor to many Buddhists, because most of the Buddhists want simple, easy. Then most of the Buddhists follow only Ajahn, follow only the master, and no more investigating, no more studying, no more searching, and no more wanted to know what is the true teachings of Buddha. That is difficult. I hope that in the future, now and then, this digital world now is a new world, that to prove that when the times of Buddha, only one Buddha exists. But now, when the pass away of Lord Buddha, billions of Buddha are existing in the modern world. Doesn't matter. One who understands the language, that means one who understands what are the teachings of Lord Buddha. But only one thing, that if one is not willing to study, then even the billions of Buddha cannot teach to them. Or billions of the master cannot bring the truth to them. To prove that Lord Buddha, that he is only the master who can keep the way, because the master cannot insert any truth into anybody. But only one thing the master can do, that keeping the way. The practicing is only oneself, have to be practicing. No one can insert or injection like a medicine to anyone. This is the truth. That's why the teachings of Buddha cannot stand forever. The teachings of Buddha very much like the road, and that is the path leading to the cessations of the suffering, mean middle way. Majjhima Patipatha. These roads, even the most significant and the safety one, and the very excellent way, but someday it's going to cover by the dust, it's going to cover by the earthquake, it's going to cover by the sammoha. Means many of beings going to be covered by the sammoha sambhachanya instead of the sammoha sambhachanya. Because most of the beings are fooled by the defilement. Most of the beings are covered by the hatred, covered by the angry, covered by the lust, covered by the ignorant. Then no one can be alert. No one can go beyond the suffering except the one who has been alert, the one who is studying direct to the teachings of Buddha. Instead of following only Ajahn, then they go straight to what is the true teachings of Buddha. Not just only telling by the Ajahn or the book, and make more investigating, more research about the true teaching. Doesn't matter Satipatthana Sutta, Salekha Sutta, Apannaka Sutta, or Mahasatipatthana Sutta. Any sutta that still exists that particular manasikara bhakta. Any question? No, then I jump to the Dhatu Manasikara bhakta on page number 14. Punachakaram bhikkhave bhikkhu, and up to iti achatam va pe viharati. If they don't put pe here, you know pe? You know the meaning of pe, P-E, dot P-E, dot, means they have many to mention, but they make it short. Dhatu Manasikara bhakta. How many dhatus are here? 4. What are the first one? First one, Patavi, right? Patavi. The second, Apo, Tesho, Vayo. This almost the same to particular Manasikara bhakta, but things in different way. Instead of particular, things of dhatu. What means dhatu? Dhatu is composed so many things. What are the patvi? Patvi are the reflections of, we assume the food, we eat the food, and the food create the body. Doesn't matter. Patvi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo is the affection or the fruition of food. According to the Pali, another sutta, if I didn't misunderstood, is coming in Samma Titti Sutta. You have mentioned that Sattve Satta Ahara Titika. What is the meaning? Sattve Satta Ahara Titika. All being are depend on the food. Without the food, no other being can be living. Then someone may say, then how about the God? The God also lives up to the food, but the food are different. How many kinds of food exist according to the teaching? of Buddha? Two. Venerable say two. And how the other venerable? How many food? How many kinds of food exist according to the teachings of Buddha? Other venerable? And any remembering? Any memory? How many? 4. Maybe Dawn have said that 4. Anyone agree with 4 or anyone agree with 2? Anyone agree with 2? Show your hand.
Yeah, two.
Okay, one is agree with 2. Anyone agree with the Mechidon that 4? No one agree. And then what the other? How many do you think? 3?
Yeah.
Okay, now again there are 3 choices. One is 2, one are 4, and one are 3. Anyone agree with 2? Show your hand. Only one. Anyone agree with 4? Show your hand. Oh, now you change your mind from 2 then to 3. Anyone agree with 3? Show your hand. Only one. Then what the other? What are the other? Not sure, right? Cannot be sure. Then I'm going to give the answer. Mechit Don is correct.
Teacher, what are correct?
Huh?
2 and 4, they are all correct.
All correct. Okay, 2. What are number 1?
2, they are like Patana, they 2 types of
Ahara. Okay, then Nama Hara and Rupa Hara. Okay, correct. 4. What is a Mechidon? What are 4 Mechidon? You don't remember. Okay, can you give the 4? Then how about 3? How about 3? Who have given the 3? What are the 3? Can you give the meaning? And the venerable have given 2 mean Nama Ahara and Rupa Ahara, right? Nama Ahara. The second Rupa Ahara. But in 4. Okay. And what are divided in 4? 1. Okay. And how about the Nama Ahara? Next one? Siddhahara. What's meaning Siddhahara? They are feeling. Okay, maybe the same, I think. According to the 4th is correct also. The first one we call Kaphalingarahara. This is kinds of the food that we are eating every day. That all beings or animal and everything that we call Kaphalingarahara. Means the food that is making as a bunch of them or group of them, soup, rice and anything like this. The second one is Kaphalingarahara and Pasahara. Pasahara is a nama food, nama ahara. Pasahara, Vinyahara and Mano Sanchetana Hara. There are 4. These are 4. What is the first? Kapali Karahara means the food is coming like bread, rice, beef, meat or anything like this. or the vegetable, fruit, are all kind like this we call kapling or kapali also can be said. The second, patsa. What's meaning patsa? You will even now some kinds of the bird, some kind of the bird, when they release from the wombs of the mom, those kinds of birds, they don't have to eat food till they grown up. They just eat only by memory, mean by phassa. But it's more easier is in our mind. Suppose we are looking at the camera, and between the eyes and the objects of the camera, there are chakku, right? Chakku vinyana. The chakku vinyana, between the touching of our eyes and the picture, there's pasahara is happening. That's why it brings us to create more power to be born again. Or even through our ear, our nose, our tongue, and our body. That we call pasahara also. And how about the mano sanchetana hara? For example, like the Brahmin Rome, they don't have to depend on the food, but due to the mano sanchetana hara, they have been practicing in the Mahakata Chitta, mean chana. For example, like Patama chana, Dudiya chana, up to the Panjama chana. They've been in there according to the Mano Sanchetana hara. And Vinyana hara also in the kinds of the Rupa or Arupa chana. That means food is not just only the food that we are eating like right now. The food can be Nama hara or Rupa hara. I hope that you may remember. And then we come to see about the Tatu Manasikara Bhapa. It's not much different than particular, but the main thing different is only the theme of the thinking, right? Particular means nothing can be permanent, means all things are bad. For example, we are infected by the COVID-19. Just small liquid from our body can make a lot of people suffering now all over the world. Just small liquid from our sweat, from our nose running, from our splittings of the liquid from our mouth, from our nose, can be infection. That means particular is the thing. But according to the teachings of Buddha, these kinds of dirt, these kinds of particular, these kinds of being. The story taken place in Vaisali, right? You remember the Vaisali? During the times of Buddha, the Vaisali stayed in those days, suffering a lot because of the kinds of disease like this. Doctors and experts try every way to stop, but cannot. And one day, the leaders of the country of the state of Vachi invited the Buddha, but the Buddha had given the mantra to Venerable Ananda. What is this mantra? Do you remember? Parita. Parita. We call Chaya Parita. Then Venerable Ananda chanting the Chaya Parita and take the water of the Chaya Parita and spreading all over the city. And the big rain are coming and clean out of all dirt, all particular, to the ocean. But it mentioned somehow in that time, all are kinds of deceit, each kinds of being. And very much like now, the scientific say about the coronavirus, it's a kind of disease, it's a kind of being. But this being only eating the germ, eating the virus, and spreading or increasing in the body of the human being. That means this virus also need the food. What are the food? The human being. That means even the dirt itself, kinds of the being that need to be living, but due to the sutta of the Chayaparita, it have mentioned that these kinds of being, it can be said that this is the revenge of kinds of other being. It's very interesting, but due to this situation, no one going to chant the Chayaparita. Maybe they invite all the monks all over the world and chanting together, but maybe it's too strong to stop. Maybe too strong to stop. And one thing, the world, they didn't believe that these kinds of germ, these kinds of the particular exist as a being. Then they're trying to kill. But it's okay, they kill, they die, but one man, before they die, they spread all over another disease going to everywhere.